Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Daily English Loop. I'm your host, Alex. It is a beautiful day to learn some English, isn't it?
It absolutely is. Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa. I am so happy to be back here with you, Alex, and with all of our amazing listeners. The energy today is just wonderful.
It really is. You know, Lisa, I walked into the studio today and I just felt good. I have my coffee right here, hot and fresh. You know I can't start a podcast without my coffee.
Oh, Alex, you and your coffee. I am sticking to my tea today. I have a lovely cup of green tea. It keeps me calm but energetic.
That sounds perfect. We are a good balance then. Coffee for me, tea for you. But we are both ready to chat. So, Lisa, how have you been since our last episode? Everything going well?
Everything is fantastic. Thank you for asking. I've been reading a lot and just enjoying the nice weather. I feel really recharged. How about you, Alex?
I am doing great. I've been busy, but good busy. And honestly, looking at today's topic makes me even more excited. I think this is something that is going to touch the hearts of a lot of our listeners.
I agree completely. But before we dive into that special topic, Alex, should we remind our friends about the channel?
Oh, absolutely. We can't forget that. Friends, if you are enjoying our conversations here at Daily English Loop, please take a moment to hit that like button. It really helps us out.
Yes, please do. And share this episode with your friends who are also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe. We want our Daily English Loop family to grow bigger and bigger.
Exactly. Your support keeps us going. All right, Lisa, let's not keep them waiting any longer. What is the big topic for today?
Today, we are talking about how learning English opened doors for me.
Wow, that is a powerful topic. Opened doors. I love that phrase. It means creating opportunities, right?
Exactly. It's about how English changes your life, not just your vocabulary. It's about the magic that happens when you can understand and speak this language.
I couldn't agree more. English is more than just a subject in school. It is a tool. It is a key. And I know both of us have some personal stories about this.
We definitely do.
So, Lisa, ladies first. I want to hear about your experience. When you look back, what was the first big door that English opened for you?
Oh, that is such a good question to start with. Let me think. I think the first really big moment for me was related to travel.
Travel. That is a classic one. Tell me more. Where did you go?
Well, a few years ago, I decided to take a trip to London. It was my first time traveling solo, all by myself, to a big English-speaking city.
London. That sounds amazing, but also maybe a little bit scary.
It was. I was terrified at the airport. I remember standing there with my suitcase, thinking, oh no, what if I get lost? What if I can't find my hotel? My English was okay back then, but I wasn't super confident yet.
I know that feeling, the panic before you speak. So what happened?
Well, I had to take the tube, the subway in London, and it is huge. I was so confused, but I took a deep breath, walked up to a staff member, and asked for help in English.
You did it. You faced the fear.
I did. I asked, "Excuse me, which line goes to Victoria Station?" And you know what? He understood me perfectly. He smiled and pointed me in the right direction. In that moment, the fear just disappeared.
That is a huge victory. It sounds small, just asking for directions, but it changes everything, right?
Totally. After that, I felt like Superwoman. I went to a tea shop because, I love my tea, and I ordered scones and tea, and I even chatted with the waiter about the weather.
Classic British conversation, talking about the weather.
Exactly. But the point is, English gave me independence. I didn't need a tour guide. I didn't need a translator app. I could just be me in a foreign country. I felt so free.
That word independence is so key. When you speak English, the world doesn't feel so scary anymore. You know you can survive.
Yes, you feel capable, and that confidence stays with you even when you come home.
That is a beautiful story, Lisa. It really highlights how language is about freedom. For me, my first big open door was a little different. It was more about my career.
Oh, interesting. I would love to hear about that. How did English help your job?
Well, you know I love chatting, right? But before I was a podcast host, I worked in a tech support office.
I can see you doing that. You are very helpful.
I tried to be. But honestly, I was just a junior employee. I sat in the back. But then our company got a new client, a very important client from the United States.
Oh, wow. High pressure.
Very high pressure. None of the senior managers felt comfortable speaking English on the phone. They were great at writing emails, but speaking live, they were too nervous.
That happens a lot. Speaking is a different skill.
It is. So my boss looked around the room and asked, "Who can handle a call with New York right now?" And I raised my hand. I was shaking a little, honestly.
But you raised your hand. That is brave.
I did. I got on the phone, and because I watched so many movies and drank so much coffee, maybe the caffeine helped, I was able to talk to them. I helped them solve a big problem.
That is amazing, Alex. So what was the result?
The client was happy, my boss was shocked, in a good way, and shortly after that, they made me the team lead for international accounts.
Wow. So English literally got you a promotion?
It really did. It wasn't because I was the best at technology. It was because I was the only one who could communicate clearly. English was the bridge between my company and the client.
That is such a powerful example. It shows that English can boost your career even if your job isn't strictly about language. It gives you an edge.
Exactly. It is a competitive advantage. It opens doors to leadership because you become the person who connects people.
I love that, the person who connects people. Speaking of connecting, that brings me to another door English opened for me, connecting with information.
Oh, this is a big one in the internet age. What do you mean by that?
Well, I am a very curious person. I love learning new things. But sometimes the information in my native language is limited or it comes out later.
That is very true. A lot of new trends, science, or news come out in English first.
Right. For example, I really got into yoga and wellness recently. I wanted to learn specific routines. When I searched in English on YouTube or Google, I found thousands of amazing videos and articles.
It's like unlocking a giant library, isn't it?
Yes, it felt like the walls fell down. I could learn from the best teachers in the world, not just the teachers in my city. I could read blogs about health trends from California or Australia.
I use English for that too, but for my hobbies. You know I'm a coffee nerd.
A coffee nerd. I like that title.
It's true. I wanted to learn how to make latte art. You know, the hearts and leaves in the milk foam?
Oh, that looks so difficult.
It is, and all the best tutorials were in English. If I didn't know English, I would just be drinking black coffee. But because I could understand the videos, I learned a new skill. Now I make beautiful lattes at home.
See? English makes your life tastier. But seriously, access to knowledge is power. Whether it's yoga, coffee, coding, or science, English gives you the source material.
It really does. You're not waiting for a translation. You're getting the information raw and fresh.
And speaking of raw and fresh, let's talk about culture. I think this is my favorite door.
Tell me more. You mean meeting people?
Yes, connecting with people from totally different backgrounds. English is the common ground.
It is the global language. Do you have a specific friend you met through English?
I do. I started using a language exchange app a couple of years ago. I just wanted to practice my grammar, but I met this wonderful girl from Brazil.
Oh, cool. Brazil is on my travel bucket list.
You should go! But anyway, we started just typing messages in English, but then we started video calling. We realized we had so much in common. We both love dogs, we both love romantic movies, and we both worry about the same things in life.
That is beautiful. So the language barrier disappeared?
Completely. We were just two friends laughing. She taught me about Brazilian food, and I told her about my life here. We send each other gifts now. I would never have met her if I didn't speak English.
That gives me goosebumps, Lisa. It is amazing how English can turn a stranger on the other side of the planet into a best friend.
It makes the world feel smaller, doesn't it? In a good way.
Definitely. I had a similar experience, but face to face. Remember I told you about my love for museums?
Yes, you love history.
Well, I was visiting a museum in New York once. I was looking at this painting and I was a bit confused by it. A guy next to me, who was actually from Germany, made a joke about the painting in English.
Oh, I love those random moments.
We started laughing. Then we went to get a coffee, of course, and we talked for 2 hours. He was a German guy, I was visiting from my country, and we were in America, speaking English.
That is the perfect definition of English as a global bridge. Three cultures meeting in one conversation.
Exactly. We talked about politics, art, family. It was deep. If I didn't speak English, I would have just nodded and walked away. I would have missed that connection.
It is those missed connections that are sad. Learning English ensures you don't miss them. You can say yes to the conversation.
Saying yes to the conversation. I like that. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. What about fun, entertainment?
Oh, this is a huge one. I used to wait for subtitles for everything, and sometimes the subtitles are, well, not great.
They can be terrible. They miss the jokes.
Exactly. I love watching sitcoms, funny TV shows. American comedy is very fast. Before, I would read the subtitle, and by the time I understood the joke, the actors were already talking about something else.
You were always playing catch-up.
Yes. But now, I can watch it and laugh at the same moment as a native speaker. I get the sarcasm, I get the slang. It makes watching TV so much more enjoyable.
It is a completely different experience. For me, it is podcasts like this one, but also stand-up comedy.
Stand-up is hard.
It is the hardest level, I think. But when you finally understand a stand-up comedy set in English, you feel like a genius. You understand the culture, the references, the timing.
It's like unlocking a new level in a video game.
Totally. And music, too. Singing along to a song and actually knowing what the lyrics mean?
Oh, don't get me started. I used to sing the wrong words all the time. Now I can really feel the emotion of the song because I understand the story the singer is telling.
So English opens the door to art. It lets you appreciate creativity in its original form.
Beautifully said, Alex. Now, I want to ask you about something a bit more serious. We talked about fun and career, but what about personal growth, like inside your head?
That's a deep one. You mean how English changes your personality?
Yes. Has it changed the way you think or solve problems?
I think it has. This might sound strange, but English made me more logical.
That's interesting. How so?
Well, English sentences are very direct. Subject, verb, object. It's very straight. In my native language, we can be a bit more poetic or roundabout.
I get that.
So when I have a problem, like fixing something around the house, thinking in English helps me break it down. Step 1, step 2, step 3.
That makes sense. It structures your thoughts.
And practically speaking, it helps me fix things. My espresso machine broke last month. Tragedy, I know.
A true emergency for you.
Huge emergency. I found the service manual online, but it was only in English. It was very technical. But because I could read it, I took the machine apart, found the broken seal, and fixed it.
Look at you, Mr. Fix-It.
It felt empowering. I didn't have to pay a repairman. I felt self-reliant. English gave me the power to solve my own problem.
That word self-reliant is so important. It builds confidence.
What about you, Lisa? How has it changed you internally?
For me, it is definitely about confidence and overcoming shyness.
You? Shy? I don't believe it. You're so energetic.
I am now, but when I was younger, in school, I was the quiet girl in the back. I was so afraid of making mistakes. I thought everyone would laugh at me if I used the wrong verb tense.
That is a very common fear, the fear of judgment.
It is paralyzing. But with English, I realized that I had to speak to learn. I had to be okay with looking a little silly sometimes.
You had to embrace the mistake.
Yes, I learned that making a mistake isn't the end of the world. It is just part of the process. That lesson, that it is okay to fail as long as you keep trying, changed my whole life.
That is profound. So learning a language taught you resilience.
Yes, it made me braver. Now I'm hosting a podcast. The old Lisa would never have done this.
The old Lisa would be very proud of the new Lisa.
Aw, thank you, Alex. But it is true. The confidence you get from mastering a hard language spills over into everything else. If I can learn English, I can learn to drive. I can learn to cook. I can apply for that new job.
It proves to yourself that you can grow. That is the ultimate door, isn't it? The door to a better version of yourself.
I think that is the perfect summary.
You know, Lisa, hearing all these stories, from travel and career to making friends and fixing coffee machines, it just reminds me why we do this.
Me too. It reminds us that every word our listeners learn is a small step toward a bigger world.
Exactly. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, but every new phrase is a key.
And to our listeners, we want you to know you are holding those keys right now. Just by listening to this podcast, you are opening doors.
That's right. You're doing the work, and we are so proud of you.
Alex, I am feeling so inspired now. I feel like I want to go study some more.
Me too. Or maybe go book a flight somewhere.
Or make a new friend online.
The possibilities are endless. Before we go, we really want to hear from you guys.
Yes, we shared our stories, but we want to know yours. How has learning English opened doors for you?
Maybe it helped you get a better grade. Maybe you understood a movie. Maybe you helped a tourist in your city.
No victory is too small. Please share your stories in the comments below. We read them and we love them.
We really do. It's the best part of our day. And friends, if you found this conversation helpful or inspiring, please give us a thumbs up.
Yes, hit that like button. It helps other learners find our channel. And subscribe to Daily English Loop so you never miss a conversation with Alex and me.
We have so many more fun topics coming up. You don't want to miss them.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It was a pleasure, as always.
Thank you, everyone. Keep practicing, keep talking, and keep opening those doors. I'm Alex.
And I'm Lisa.
See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone.